in my opinion, like type A people are not designed to have newborns. Like they're not the right fit for like the newborn unpredictability. And so like training myself in the thick of it like that was a total almost outer body experience. I look back and I'm like, who was that person?
Step right up, folks. You're now entering It's a Circus, where parenting isn't always a show stopping act, but it's certainly entertaining. I'm your host, Elsa, here to prove that no one really knows what they're doing. And that's perfectly fine. Let's have some real conversations, peel back the layers, and remind you that you're never alone in the madness. Let's get the show rolling. Hey everyone, I am so excited for our next guest. Her name is Jamie. We know each other through our husbands. They have been besties for a while. And we've known each other for, I don't know, like 10-ish, maybe more than that years, which is so cool. And you'll see through the conversation, it really does look like we're catching up, and literally we are. And we talk through her experience and her journey into motherhood and how it was a little bit of a difficult and surprising journey. And then how it's been as she currently, at the recording of this episode, had a 14-month-old and is currently pregnant. So we get to celebrate those things with her as well. So listen up. This one's a good catch up, and couldn't be more excited to introduce you to Jamie. Here you go. Welcome, Jamie, to It's a Circus podcast. I'm so excited that we are finally here at this moment. I feel like I've been stalking you a little bit.
Oh, stop that. I you're just I like talk to you your life. It's incredible.
Please come on the
I
podcast. We have so much to talk about.
certainly. Let's do
Oh
it.
my God. Okay. I'm going to kick us off as I do with everyone. And it is
Mhm.
tell us who you are a mom of, and have you always wanted to be a mother, and how long have you been a mom for?
Awesome. I am a mom of one, soon to be two. My son is his name's Jackson, and Jackson is about 14 months now. And we are expecting baby number two in April, which is amazing. It's another boy. I am going to be a boy mom, so I will gladly take any advice from you, my friend, and help follow in your footsteps. And yeah, the second part of your question, yes,
Yeah.
I grew up in a big family. I am one of four kiddos. I'm the oldest, and I believe in kids, family, siblings, all of that. And so I always knew that was a path for me. Um, certainly different in terms of like timing and those expectations in terms of like when that would happen for me. But you know, it's exactly what I've always wanted, and it's weird to look around and see that sometimes.
Oh my God, isn't it? And sometimes you're just like,
Yeah.
wait, like I will be talking to the kiddos and then I'm like, where's your mom? Oh, wait, it's me, I
Right.
guess.
Who's the adult in the room here?
Who's in charge of
Me?
you? Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
What do you mean I have to make this like huge decision on your behalf? Like that's so silly. I'm not equipped for that, dude.
Tell me about it. It's insanity.
Insane.
It's
Yeah.
such
But
a
but I
mind-blowing
will
crazy.
say, like, yeah, sometimes I'll look at like my husband and my son and my dog in our house, and you know, I think I root myself a lot in kind of that like aha moment, like we 10 years ago were like dreaming of this exact moment. And it's really like special in that. And I hope other people experience that too. And I hope my husband experiences that also because it's a really nice, like mushy gushy feeling that just kind of warms you all throughout.
Oh my God, you're giving me goosies. I know,
Yeah.
seriously.
Mhm.
Okay, so I just want to point out, eldest daughter to eldest daughter. I mean, I kind of think we're like made for this mom role. Like big sister vibes, ready to go, like we are gonna crush it. Was at
Yeah.
least my experience.
Certainly. Like, I am a quintessential eldest daughter. Like, I'm also like a Capricorn, which like adds a whole nother
Oh,
layer
yes, that is a
of
good
like
layer.
intensity and like organization and type A ness
Mhm.
that I certainly like bring to any situation, including motherhood. Which, as you and I've discussed previously, like absolutely impacted my experience with like a newborn, right? In my opinion, like type A people are not designed to have newborns. Like they're not the right fit for like the newborn unpredictability. And so like training myself in the thick of it like that was like a total like almost like outer body experience. Like I look
Yeah.
back and I'm like, who was that person? Like that these stress levels that come with that. But right, eldest daughter, the Taylor Swift song, nail on the head for me. Truly, because I definitely grew up like that. I grew up,
Yeah.
you know, achieving. I think I
Yes.
just grew up achieving and hyper focused on achievement, studies, next steps, um, focusing on the future versus the present constantly.
Yeah.
And I do think that in my family, like all four of us kind of fall into like middle child, only son, youngest daughter. Like we fall into those
Like
tropes
stereotypes.
that people
Yes.
kind
Yeah.
of, yeah, those stereotypes. They're there for a reason. And
Exactly.
I think it it fits
Yeah.
truly.
Yes, I have so many things to talk about that, and I'm gonna make a note of one particular. But before we get
Yeah.
there, I want to know because you are on this type A path, you are ready to go, you've got your ducks in a row, obviously. They're beautiful and well manicured and going in a certain direction, and they're all
Good
following
delf.
you
Great
lead.
delf.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Tell me about that journey from kind of the moment that you decide like, "Okay, now's the time to do this, to commit to
Mhm.
creating a family." What were
Yeah.
some things that you were thinking about? Was that an easy path for you, and was it planned? I'm assuming planned
Yeah.
because type A.
So yeah, certainly in the plans for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
My husband and I were living in New York pre-pandemic,
Mhm.
and we are Midwesterners by heart. We live in Ohio now. And we always knew we would be coming back to the Midwest to settle down, start a family. The pandemic certainly accelerated that timeline,
Yeah.
and got us to the Midwest a little earlier, but it also delayed us in terms of, when we were able to get married and that kind of maybe took another year or two to like then actually start focusing on the family planning aspect of things. And then I think as you and I have talked about, we had some issues at the beginning of that like conception journey, and it obviously took longer than we anticipated. And so I think that's what I was kind of hitting on before in terms of like type A, planning out my life, excited, but of course like the timing of it all is sometimes is really not in your control. And that was also something I needed to let go of.
Yeah. Um, yeah, from the okay, so tell us about that. I think for a lot of women, this is the story.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
please go. I would love to know the ins and outs of how you actually finally got to Jackson.
Yes. So I think I'll start by saying like my mental state was really rooted in like my mom's experience. Like I thought my mom had a certain experience, so of course I'll have that experience. And my mom would she has 4 kids. She would just blink and she'd be pregnant, right? It was just like she would,
Yeah.
think about another baby and then it would just like happen for her, right? And I will say like we had a really easy time getting pregnant. The problem was staying pregnant, right? And so unfortunately we suffered from 2 miscarriages before we got we got pregnant with Jackson. And I think the that first go around, it was really hard because again, I had just rooted myself so much in like my mother's experience. But there are so many other factors.
Yeah.
that I didn't actually consider, which is so interesting for me because again, I'm such a type A person. I am studious. I did the research. I did the homework. I think I knew that things could happen. I had friends who thankfully were open enough with me to have like shared those experiences with me.
Yeah.
I just thought like it's one of those things like it doesn't happen to me. It's not in my family bloodline.
Why would that
So
happen
it's
to me? It happened, easy to,
yes,
your mom and all the
yes,
things. Yeah. Mhm.
totally. And I think I, before deciding to go on this journey, this like, family planning journey, I had always kind of rooted myself in like worst case scenario world. And I consciously decided not to do that again because I thought I had like this fallback and some like hereditary
Yeah.
reasoning to think that like I wasn't susceptible to these types of miscarriages or issues. But that's obviously not the case. Everyone's different. When you start this process obviously matters. Every pregnancy is different. My doctor like described it almost like rolling the dice poorly and then rolling the dice poorly again. Like you just rolled the dice badly twice. And that is just odds, that's statistics, right? And you're not immune from that at all. And so that was so hard to kind of bounce back from. And obviously, like I carry that into each subsequent pregnancy. And so with Jackson, it was like terrified until maybe the third trimester, which is like a lot of months of just like pure, like just being scared to like go to the bathroom, right? Because that's where you notice bleeding, or like scared to like go to your doctor's appointment before they even like put the ultrasound on you or like the heartbeat monitor on you. Like
Yeah.
the true, just like fear that encompasses every single time. In some cases, debilitating. And so I had spent a lot of time working through that, but in the third trimester, I certainly like relaxed a little bit. Could feel the kicks, could feel, confident that he would arrive earthside, right? Like he would actually arrive. But I think both Ben and I experienced that. And it was something almost like we would, over talk about for a little bit. And then we would just go like completely radio silent on because like that's just how we were both individually processing it. So yeah, that was my journey. And like I believe in like things happening for, a reason. Truly I do. I
Right.
believe that like we were meant to have Jackson in our
Right.
life. I truly believe that, and I'm so grateful. So I'm happy to share this experience because
Yes.
I had only known
Please.
like I had only known like one prior person who had experienced this, and like the second you share, other people share too,
Yes.
right? Like I feel
Yes.
like some of my friends who I'm really even close with started sharing those experiences with me after the fact, right?
You're right.
Um, that they had to process on their own and internally. They couldn't process with like a support group or me being there, which is
Right.
um kind of how I did it, I think.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want that. I would love everyone to feel like they have the option to like chat with other people who've gone through that experience, feel that support and love, but also feel that like you can kind of turn inward, right?
Of
And
course.
and process things however you want to process them.
So you had two miscarriages before Jackson.
And then making the
Jamie.
decision to then try again is really, oh, like
Okay.
third time was certainly a charm, but like making that decision to try again. And so quickly, given like the planning aspect of it, right? That you like
Right.
want to have a kid in a certain time frame because you want siblings and you want to like grow your family and like
Right.
things like that. It was weighted. But we had, I talk about like how much I process it internally. We did have like a very solid support system, like a like incredible support system. Family just like showed up for us in like ways both like big and small throughout both miscarriages. And I think we all felt like we were collectively holding our breath with Jackson a little bit. And
Yeah.
so it almost felt like you had like an army also focused on this too, right? And thinking about it. And then with this pregnancy, because I'm currently pregnant,
Yeah.
you know, the shoe, I'm still, in some cases like waiting for the shoe to drop a little bit, but I feel a bit more confident in my body and like the ability to like carry a
Yeah.
child to term. So I think that's actually been super helpful. But of course, in this pregnancy, I've got a lot more distractions than I
Yeah,
did with
exactly.
with my first. Not only am I pregnant with a toddler, but I'm also working a full-time job. So like
Right.
all of that like compounded, I think, has helped to like alleviate some of the stress because I can't focus on it
Right.
as much as I likely did when I was pregnant with Jackson.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh. And what one, what a commitment,
Mhm.
Jamie. Holy cow.
Yeah.
What
Whew.
a like mental load I can't imagine that you were carrying at that time. And
Yeah.
thank goodness you had family to lean on
And I will
to,
say with
yeah, go.
real quick, I will say though with that, like I have two younger sisters,
Hmm.
and I think for them to see this experience was actually like a blessing in disguise because I think my goal is that they would never start their family planning journey without having some background knowledge of what like could and could not happen, right? Because I think I made that mistake, and eldest daughters, you unfortunately like play guinea pig a lot of the time,
Totally.
and so like I that's really what I hope for them is that like they actually find some like not I don't want to say comfort because it's not like the right word I'm looking for because like anything could happen, but I think I just want them to like truly like find knowledge because like knowledge is power, right? Like I just want them to like find like information and knowledge through this experience and like understand what's like a potential issue and like how they can, address it in the future and root themselves in kind of reality
Yeah.
moving forward. But still like I say that, but I also want them to maintain the excitement of it all because it is an exciting time in your life, like no matter how you get there. So I'm hoping that they can kind of hold both truths at the same time.
I mean, I'm sure they can, especially watching you go through it. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't forget that. And even though you're the
Certainly
one,
not.
no, and even though you're the one going through it, I mean, your heart just like aches on these stories because
Yes.
it's like you can't fight your body, right? Like you can't just be like, you must
No.
be healthy in there. Like it's time to go,
Yeah.
guys. Like let's wrap this up. Like it doesn't
Right.
work like that. And it's so frustrating to get to those moments. But oh my gosh, Jamie, thank you for sharing. You
Yeah,
were
but
to pre the pre Jackson, if you were to tell yourself before you
mhm.
even stepped foot into this journey, what kind of advice would you give yourself knowing what you had to go through?
I think it would be kind of what I've said before is that like each person, each pregnancy, each experience is different. And it is in a way like rolling the dice, unfortunately. And it's crazy that like we live in a world with so much like mm, like upgrades in like the medical community and we still can't control this, right? And like someone else's experience doesn't dictate your experience. Um, and it doesn't mean it's like right or wrong, necessarily, right? But like it just means that like your journey is your own journey. Like you walk your own path. And you just don't know what you're gonna get. And to like be okay being uncomfortable in that like unknown. Like somehow find a way to like feel okay in the unknown.
So hard. And that's really good
Yeah.
advice. I mean, literally, I have like
Yeah.
goosebumps because I think that is probably the biggest lesson is like that um, surrender or that leaning in
Mhm. Yeah,
to the unknown. Yeah, you have to. There's no other
yeah,
choice.
yeah. And for a type A person, again,
Again,
man, is that not the most difficult thing to like shake hands with?
it's medicine. I mean, literally, what it is it's like,
What?
here you go, Jamie. Here's some
Right.
medicine for you. Here's,
Yeah.
like, the constant learning, the constant, you know,
Yeah.
reminding that, like, yeah, we actually don't have as much control as we think we do.
No. No, ma'am.
Wait, okay, so as you're going through this, your career is, like, insane. So can you talk
Yeah.
about how that correlates? Because, 1, your family planning, and then, some of these things go
Mhm.
a little differently than what you had hoped. Did you take
Yeah.
leave? Did you communicate with your work? Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
something you can
Yeah.
do? Like, what
Yeah.
do you do? Tell us all about.
Yeah, so I'm an attorney. I work at a law firm based in New York, and I work fully remote. And I work in their corporate group in their M&A and private equity department. So um it, the demands are high, the expectations are high, both on yourself and internally, and also client facing, like all of the above. Like it is a fast paced client service driven industry, and the job M&A is really about meeting someone at kind of like a pivotal moment in their careers, right? Like you're working with founders selling their companies, or clients buying in order to like progress in certain different like spaces that they hope to like further make to make their companies further profitable, or expand into a totally different industry or technology or things like that. And so th- emotions are high, stakes are high sometimes, and I am a bit of a deal junkie. Like I really enjoy the work that I do. It's been my entire legal career. I've been at this law firm since I graduated from law school. Um being pregnant, and I'll start there. And being in that first trimester where you're really not telling anybody, particularly work, um, really hard, really hard. Like I before wouldn't, a break wasn't really like a thing. Like I always am kind of attached to my phone, my email. I'm reachable. I'm accessible to clients, to partners, to other, team members. And prioritizing myself, my body, my sleep, and even just like my general well-being, especially after going through what we just discussed, was really hard to manage, because at the end of the day, like you manage your own schedule, you manage your own time. Like no one's going to tell you to take a break, right? So you have to be the one to like guide that ship and like chart your own course, right? So and I'd never really done it before. I kind of just like did what was asked when it was asked, and like learning how to like deprioritize some things, or like you know just pause, like even just like taking like a 5 minute just like pause. Again, something I had to learn kind of like on the job. um I am very fortunate. My firm offers a solid maternity leave, um, that, the rest of the country just doesn't, right? I'm now in the Midwest. I have friends in, Indiana or other Midwestern states who got like 2 weeks FMLA and then had to take like unpaid time
Yeah.
even after having, like, well, C-sections that like actually truly require like recovery from
Right,
surgery and
right.
things like that. So I feel very lucky to be in a position, but it's certainly one of the perks of working the way I do work, right? Like you
Yeah,
work in order to like gain some of these benefits. And
right.
this one it's big, and it's really nice. And given my experience in like the newborn trenches, I needed that time to like come out of like that mindset, that shell that I had like created for myself during those moments. So um telling work was really easy. I work with some really great people, really great mentors, some really great sponsors, who are all excited, and like, people expect
Yeah,
you're if you're a certain age, married, and
right.
like that news is forthcoming. So people were really happy for me, which was really nice to see. And then again, my firm has like a kind of a great like off-ramping, on-ramping program too. Where like they allow you to take some time to like offload work and then take some time to just like onload work as well when you come back from maternity leave. But that doesn't mean the expectations are any different when you come back,
Of course.
right?
Yeah.
And so there have been times where like I have had to heavily lean on Ben, call in backup reinforcements with our family, um, hire out
Yep.
nannies and sitters. And that takes a lot of mental planning to do, right?
Yeah.
And my job is sometimes hard to anticipate what the needs will be, say, like over a weekend. And so you can plan the best you can, but sometimes you just get it wrong. And someone else has got to cover the spread. And that's that's hard to like again relinquish those moments with my kid and also sometimes let go of like important like client facing opportunities, right? Like it's not really a balance, you know? Ye I never feel like I've nailed it and there's like a 50-50 split, right? Like maybe net over the year, I'll feel at the end of the year that like I have done a good job trying to balance out different obligations. But day to day, it's never a balance.
So hard. It's so hard.
Mhm.
So take me to you're in the third trimester with Jackson. You're
Mhm.
celebrating him. You know he's gonna make it
Mhm.
Earthside. Yay, Jackson.
Yeah.
And I just wanna say he's the
100%.
happiest, smiliest, most charismatic baby on the
He's
planet, which honestly, I
a
would
cutie,
expect
huh?
nothing else and nothing less from you and Ben. Like,
Yeah.
insane. Like, absolutely the cutest babe. Um, but tell me about, did you take a couple weeks before Jackson was gonna come?
Mhm.
Okay, tell me about that. How did you take leave? When did Jackson come? And, like, kinda like the birth story. How did that all work out?
Yeah, so again, my work sometimes requires me to work a lot of
Right.
hours and man, I had like bursitis in my hips, I was going to PT. I couldn't just I physically couldn't do it anymore. Like I had to like did you too?
No,
Did you
I
have
didn't,
okay,
but that is
no.
crazy.
It was like
Okay.
I no, like I had to go to like PT throughout like all and this pregnancy currently is so different. Like I like
Wow.
feel totally different, which is like a blessing. But like also just again, every pregnancy is different and it's a complete unknown.
Yeah.
I ended up taking like a couple weeks disability actually,
Nice.
because I physically couldn't do the job and it wasn't recommended that I continue to, sit at my desk like this and work the hours that I was working. Which was great. But then I ended up like really nesting. Like I like was a little like chaotic. I like you hear the stories of like women like on in their third trimester, like 35, 40 weeks pregnant, like cleaning their baseboards. Like it was kind of one of those women. Like, the day I went into labor, I was, blowing out our garage. Like, I literally had, like, a leaf blower and was, like, blowing out our garage, and our neighbor came over, and he's, like, the sweetest, like, older man, and he just says, what are you" like, "You gotta be careful." Like, it's like, "You gotta be careful," and I was like, "This has to be done." Like, I can't have this baby walk in or walk be carried into this house and see all the leaves in our garage from the fall. Like, I just, like, can't have that. I couldn't have that. Um, and then, of
Good.
course, like, I like, contractions started, like, immediately after that. So the nesting instinct is so real. And so that was my experience. And we got pretty close to our due date, so it was easy to kinda time out with some work stuff, and I had some great people at work who, like, covered for me on, a couple of transactions too to kind of take them over the finish line, so I didn't feel like I was, like, leaving anyone in the lurch. So that was all super helpful, to kind of block that out. But again, with my job, I couldn't leave the phone and the email behind for a really long time. Like, I think I was because it also to kind of root me in, like, a sense of normalcy too. Like,
Yes.
this
Totally.
new like newborn phase, like, can really like suck you in a lot,
Yep.
and make you think that this is like your new reality when in
Yeah.
reality it's a very small kind of like
Yes.
moment in time.
Yes.
And reading my emails for some reason, like I know this sounds so pathetic, but like helped me kind of remember like
I'm still a real
my
person.
career, my like other
Right.
like facets of myself. Yeah.
Yes.
Which I don't think I
Man.
would recommend, like,
Yeah.
try to, like, really, like, unplug during, like, that experience, and I'll certainly be trying to do a better job of that the second go around, but, yeah, it really, like man, when you're tethered,
I
sometimes.
really identify with that. With Felix, I was maybe really similar. I was very like this I stood the ground of like, "Oh, this isn't gonna change me. I understand that it changes everybody, but,
Right.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
I got this. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
will
yeah.
not be swayed." But
Yeah.
I felt
Well, it starts.
myself of course. But I felt myself, like, get into this very, for me, like, perfectionist state, like, had to be the star, had to be good.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
remember in, like, the right up until I left, I was, like, waking up in the middle of the night thinking of something and, like, crying over it for work.
Mhm.
Not and, like,
Mhm.
the and whatever, that version of me had to do that, but, like, now looking back, I'm like, "Oh, poor thing, man." Like, just attention
Yeah.
in the wrong spot, like, not
Mhm.
not the not the place that it should be, and, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, that's so not important. It's such a
Well,
hard thing to grasp.
yes. Can I ask, do you think you were doing that because it was something familiar?
Mhm.
Because I think that's really
Yes.
what I was like grasping for. It's just
Yeah.
like something
Yes.
familiar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was the grasping for familiar, it was the starting the grieving process, it was, I think, a
Mhm.
lot of scared of what was next, and, like,
Mhm.
if I couldn't hold on or I couldn't make it work or I couldn't do what I wanted, it was like
Mhm.
that whole thing started before little one was even, like, out in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I was trying to like outwardly present this like
Yes.
confident to be mother, like working mother. Like I really like outwardly was trying to present that and like maybe in like a fake it till you make it kind of way. Um
Totally.
but like I'm so with you. Like I was like grasping for any piece of information that would help me feel like it was possible. Um and looking for role models
Yes.
to to make it seem like it was possible, right?
Yep.
Um, and unfortunately, like in my industry, there's not a ton of them, of those role models, women who make it to a certain level at a law firm or in-house counsel or whatever it is, with a family, and being the type of mother that like I always wanted to be, right? Like involved.
Yep.
So I still look for those people while also trying to like become that person.
Well, that's literally why you're sitting in front of me, Jamie, because this is, like, the reason I started the podcast was we can't be alone in there, like, I would have
Yeah.
loved to have heard somebody that was just, like, I could identify with and be like, "Oh, if she
Mm.
can do it, I can do it. If she's telling me it's, like, freaking hard, you will be destroyed, but you got it, like, go for" like, it just would have
Yeah.
changed my entire
Yeah.
reality of all of those feelings. And so literally, like, thank you for being an example because this is exactly it. This is what we're kind of like fighting for.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, social media and
Yes.
like when you see someone present in a professional way, even knowing that they have like the family, like you don't see all sides of somebody um a lot of the time. And I think that's what would have been helpful for me is to like see a full person, right? To see them in like all walks of life, like good, bad, the ugly, like all of it.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And it certainly gets ugly. It certainly gets very ugly. Like,
Oh my
how unfortunate.
lord.
How unfortunate.
How
Yikes.
unfortunate. It is true.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so how was Jackson's birth? How was that? And how were those first couple
Yeah.
months for you? How was postpartum for you?
Okay, so I hate to be that gal, but like birth was like the real easy part. Like I like soup to
Amazing.
nuts, he was like he was it was like 11 hours. Like it really wasn't like that was like I honestly felt the most confident during that moment. Cause again, that's I had researched that. I had
Yeah.
like totally like felt confident, like you know, I'm not a medically minded person, but like I have friends who are labor and delivery nurses who I like, probed for information, like knew what I should be looking for if like things were going well, if things weren't going well, like what how long things should take. Like I felt really good in that
Oh, I
moment.
love it.
Like I remember my mom turning to me and being like, I've never seen you in this calm of the state for like such a big like life and transitional moment. Because like even like a big test in high school would have like sent me off the absolute edge,
Yeah.
right? Like and here like one of the biggest moments of my life, like I was like a cucumber. I was very cool. Postpartum, totally different ball game.
Yeah.
Totally different vibe for me. I suffered from postpartum anxiety,
Okay.
which like I again think I knew could happen, but like hadn't really seen or like heard of many like firsthand experiences.
Yeah.
And so I didn't actually have a good grasp on how to identify it, right? Until like someone actually like pointed it out to me at, like my 6 week appointment. Which is great. I'm like glad I had like a caregiver and provider who felt comfortable enough to like ask me those questions and broke down in her office. But I did not love was not my favorite part, the newborn, moments.
Yeah.
I yeah, and I do think the postpartum anxiety had a lot to do with that. Um, but I also think it's like that type A-ness that
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
set me on like kind of a bad path those first couple of weeks, unfortunately. Um, and I think I keep a daily journal, just like one sentence a day. And I'm like, my son's only 14 months, so it wasn't like that far ago, so I'm looking kind of up in the journal and I'm seeing what I was writing down. And it took a really long time to like dig myself out of that hole, like that newborn hole. But after that, just like A plus. Like it keeps getting better. Like
No, I
it
agree.
really does. Like,
I 100%
oh my
agree.
God. Like he is so much fun. And I thought that at, 4 months, like I started feeling
Yeah.
that, like, oh my God, this
Yes.
is so much better. 6 months, I was like, could live in this bubble forever. He's so fun, so cute. He's not moving. So I just like set him down over there and know like he's good. And then he starts, learning and you see him learn something new every day. And how cool and special is that? Like getting to like see that. Oh my God, am I crying again? Like we're just like different. Can we blame the second baby on like all the tears? Because I'm like really not a crier. Like I'm really not. Like I promise. Like
Good.
anyone who watches this is gonna be like, I've never seen Jade like tears fall from Jade's face. Like what is happening? So
Oh my
like,
god, I love
and
it so much, and yes, we can, because
oh my gosh,
you're talking
yes,
about something that is already insanely emotional, and you're literally going through it, Jamie, at this
yes,
very moment.
yeah,
So, like,
I know,
yes, of
I know,
course it is.
and I'm so excited for those moments. And I would never like wish away time, right? But like I know that like newborn experience, like those kind of that like 3 month little block of time, I'm a little scared. Like I'm a little scared again to like experience that again, you know? But like after that, I'm gonna be totally fine. And I think this go around, I know that that's temporary. I think in the first go around, I like didn't understand how temporary that period is.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that's again very helpful and what I'm definitely bringing into this second pregnancy and second, child. Um,
I think
but yeah,
that is a
he
really good thing to remember because it is temporary. You do feel like it will last forever, and the
yeah.
exhaustion from
Oh my gosh,
healing
yes.
and
Yeah.
sleep deprivation and life change is so
Oh yeah.
mind-blowing. I mean, it really anyone that just doesn't have the anxiety or the depression, good for you. I just don't understand how a person could not. Truly, because it's so nuts. It's so
Oh
nuts.
yeah. Sometimes I think about like, who's a good example? Like Chris Jenner.
Yeah,
Excuse me? That woman had 100 children.
yeah.
Like, like that takes it. She must have loved like the newborn experience. And like, unfortunately, that's just not who I am. But I am going to try to have like a different approach and mindset. Baby number two.
Well, yeah, you
Um,
have the experience and the confidence. You've already done it
yeah,
once. And I think
totally.
and you're right, when you talk about the type A thing,
Yeah,
at least you don't have to do that hurdle this time. You already did that with,
yeah, 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 yeah.
Jackson, so at least you have that. I know for me
Okay, when I'm in that moment, will
yes.
you
Yeah,
replay the snippet of the
I will. I'll just,
podcast?
like, randomly send it at, like, 3 a.m. when I know you're, like, up with a child, and I'll be like,
Like,
"It's time."
God bless you. Be like, it's temporary. Like you said it yourself. Like here is like you in the past talking to you in the future. It's like
Seriously.
things are gonna be okay. You will
You got
survive.
this. You got
This
this.
baby will grow. This baby will like
Exactly.
figure it out. You'll figure it out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, totally. And, I think the advice that you are giving, and I love this because I was shocked by it too, is that, every pregnancy is different, every baby is different, and I heard that,
Mhm.
I heard that. I did, I remember
Yeah.
hearing it. But to experience it is wild. They are. One what would set one off just like the other one couldn't care less, and I think
Mhm.
that's hopefully very exciting. I know for me, what I found with the second one was at the end of the day, if I were to sum it up, it was really healing. I just kinda healed through the challenges that I had with the first, and granted, please, there was challenges, don't worry, there was a million. But with the second,
Mhm.
it just felt healing to me to be like, "Okay, I get the opportunity to go back again. I get the opportunity to be easier on myself. I get the opportunity to ask for more help. I get the opportunity to know what's, like, in front of me," and that in and of itself isn't easy, but I did find,
Mhm.
like, a lot of healing from my first experience, so I hope that you get to find that too.
I hope so too. And it's like, again, it's like really helpful to hear that from you too. That like even just the act of like acknowledging
Yeah.
those differences or acknowledging if something, is working or isn't working and like feeling confident and like making a change or like asking for help or adjusting your plan. Like that that's that's just helpful. Like that's just yeah, I hope I have the healing experience. And that it kind of helps reframe my first experience a little bit too. Because unfortunately, like I don't look back at like those first 3 months and like I still feel like pangs, right? Like um I still feel like almost like
Yeah.
phantom anxiety. Stemming from those moments that like I hope as my life progresses, these babies grow, that like that kind of disappears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far apart are they gonna be?
Oh, they're gonna be about 17, 18 months apart.
So 2 under
Yeah,
2.
but they're only 2 but they're only gonna be a grade apart because Jackson's a end of August baby, which that to me is a little crazy because again, I'm one of four. We're each like 2 years apart, 2 grades apart. And to have them that close is so exciting, but also like uh, again, it's the unknown. Like I think I grew up in a family that had like the 2 year separation, but they're going to go through a lot of life really close together and like experience life in a very similar like framing and time frame. So like and the fact that I don't know if I disclosed this on the spot, but we're having another boy.
So
And
excited.
oh, we did because we talked about being boy moms.
Yeah.
And and how I like we probably need like a she shed because boys rule in my house.
Yes, I understand.
and I need like sanctuary. But I think when we found out they were both boys, like visualizing that and then being so close in age is like it just makes sense. Like I see it now, and I'm definitely a visual. I visualize. I'm a visual learner, a visual person, so like I can see it now, which is like just really exciting. Um, and you can tell again, like I think I mentioned with Jackson, like, I didn't really get to be excited until, like, the 3rd trimester, like, I'm in 2nd trimester, and I am excited, and I
Okay.
feel a bit more confidence, um, now, which is also really great.
Oh my god, take a million pictures of your pregnant body. I know that sounds so weird, but, like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
because you feel gross, but I promise you, you will look back at them and just be like, "Oh, how what a miracle, how
No,
glorious, like, how
yeah,
incredible."
yeah. It's funny you say that because at first with Jackson, once, like, we felt a little more confident that things were okay, I started taking, like, the weekly bump pics, and, like,
Ooh,
I at that juncture could tell you, like, I was, 15 weeks, 6 days, 8 hours, whatever. I could tell you, like, down to the hour, like, what size the baby was, if it was, like, the lemon or whatever. This pregnancy, we went into dinner with some friends, and I turned to bed, and I go, "How far along am I?" Like, someone asked how far along we were, and I literally turned to Ben to, like, answer that question because I didn't know offhand because like, I haven't been taking those bump pictures, I haven't been, like, doing any of that, so maybe I'll start that back up. But your body is incredible because it's, like, truly, like, muscle memory. Like, I think I look now I'm about 16 weeks now. I think I look now as I did at, like, 22 or 23 weeks.
isn't
Like,
it wild? Yeah, immediate.
with
It's just like, "Oh, your body's like, oh, you know how to make a bump. Here's your bump. Here you
yep,
go."
here's your bum,
And you're like, "There's
here you
no way I
go.
could get bigger." And you do. And you just keep getting bigger.
And and again, for type A leaders, I was like, my clothes are gonna be fine. Like, I'm gonna be fine for another couple weeks. Like, it's gonna be totally fine. Like, no worries. And I am literally like raiding friends' closets now because I'm out. Like, I'm tapped out. All the clothes are gone. Like there's that, part of your wardrobe that just like gets to sit
Hilarious.
there now for the next,
Yes.
8 months, 10 months, year. And it's it's almost just like this little like archive, like of what you used to wear, what you used to be. And that's always crazy to see.
I will tell you, I got to the point where I, like, had to metaphorically burn them. I was like, "I cannot look at you.
Yes.
I cannot see this. This is gone.
Yep.
This is trash. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
please
Like
no more."
close the book on that chapter.
Exactly, exactly.
See you later. Yeah. And I work from home, right? So it's not like I have this like built-in like work wardrobe or anything. All my clothes are pretty casual. And to still feel like, oh, the sweatpants are out now. How in the like that's unfortunate. Like, like, that is unfortunate. When you're like, oof, like the sweatpants are out.
My
I gotta get
god.
new sweatpants. Oh man, Prime Day is gonna be, yeah, quite a festivity in my house. There's gonna be a lot of boxes for sure.
So, I know we touched on it a little bit, but I'd love for you to go a little bit deeper. How are you preparing for this time around? What are, like, some specifics on, like,
Mm.
what exactly are you doing different? Do you have a different care
Yeah,
plan? Do you have a different birth plan? Are you approaching pregnancy differently? What is the whole thing?
yeah. I honestly don't. I don't think my approach to pregnancy is much different. Like I am still, trying to be like mindful of what I eat nutrition wise, my caffeine intake, like things like that, that I was pretty precious about with Jackson to the prenatals, all that. And same caregiver, same, OBGYN, same hospital delivery plan. Again, the birth part was not my, was not the issue. Like
Yeah.
so I'm kind of staying the course there. I think in terms of thinking about when baby arrives,
Yes.
it's about rearranging our house right now.
Right.
Because you got to make room for a new body, a new little
Mhm.
one, a new place to sleep and be. And so we're spending a lot of time thinking through that. um, Breastfeeding did not go as planned, my first time around, and so I'm actually, like, doing a lot more research on that and contemplating working with, some sort of consultant or, some sort of specialist in order to, like, feel a little more confident, about
Nice.
a plan that way because I it's something I personally would like to have like a better experience with.
Yeah.
So starting to do a bit of research there. But otherwise, I had Excel spreadsheets for Jackson before he was born of like things to buy, like helpful notes. I read a lot of books. I, like
Yeah.
captured my summaries of those findings in a more organized way. And now I just have like a notes on my like in the notes app on my phone, like of just like things, and I'm like, okay, like maybe we need to like get another crib, like maybe we need to like,
Yeah.
think about think of some of the like the bigger ticket items, which is actually really nice because I think I again like I don't want to say I have any sort of expertise, right? But like I know up to 14 months now. Like I
Yeah.
feel
You do.
like we can navigate up to 14 months and we've got like the stuff in place to do that. And so I feel a a little bit more calm in that respect, that I don't need to be hyper vigilant on the note taking, the list making. I'm sure that will happen in the third trimester. I'm sure that like those nesting instincts will kick back into gear and I'll feel like, again, you can send me this clip and be like, you were so cool and calm, and now you're in the third trimester, like again, cleaning the baseboards and blowing at the garage, like calm down.
You got
But
it.
but no, yeah, but I think again, it's just my focus right now is on like just like visualizing what two will be like. Um and would love to pose this question to you, but like I am truly questioning how your heart expands and how like you can love something else as much as you love your first. Like that is not like plaguing me at night, but like I just don't understand how that happens. Like when
Don't
does
get
that
it.
happen? Like I don't get it yet. I can't fathom that yet.
Yeah, I think it's weird. So for me, I will tell you, I literally feel like I numbed out. So like
Yeah.
like legit, I like numbed out. I was in a fog. But
Yeah.
what shocked me is, and you're very in a very similar space because yeah, Felix was 14 months when I brought Sebby home. So like exactly
Mhm.
Jackson now. And you're like, you take up
Mhm.
so much energy. How am I supposed to help a newborn? And I've only done this once. And the thing that surprised me was, and what I forgot, is a newborn needs to eat, they need to be held, and they go to sleep, and you change them. That's it. A toddler
Yeah.
is like, you got to entertain and have the big things and make dinners and like
Uh-huh.
all this and still change huge diapers. Like, you're just like shocked at how just like simple it is. Again, not easy, just like how much more simple that
Yeah.
was. So when they came together, you were just like, oh, okay, I just potentially have to wear you and feed you every however hours. And
Yeah.
this other thing actually still gets my entire at all times because he demands it And then the other one just, like, I don't know, moves with you. It's very strange.
Right.
But I was also very surprised. I was like, "I don't get how I could ever make this work." And then you realize, or I did at least, like, as challenging as the newborn phase is, there is a simplicity to it that just does not exist in
Mhm.
toddlerland, and that is, like, literally where all the attention goes.
Right. And I think when Jackson's home, like, Ben and I are on,
Yeah,
right? Like, with
totally.
like and so, like, the idea of now playing, like, man-to-man defense and stuff, it's like, that changed because I call out for Ben, I, like, rely on Ben a lot when Jackson's home, like,
Same.
things
Yeah.
just to make it easier, and I guess, like, that just kind of unfortunately has to, like, divide attention. Like, you just have to kind of, like, divide and conquer sometimes, and I think that's also something that I think will be a learning curve, but I think we'll handle well.
Yeah.
I hope, but
What?
yeah,
Of
the
course you
dividing and conquering, sure.
Yes, I mean, a few things is
No,
of course,
that's
I
the theme of this. Yes, yes.
totally, is with Felix, I had to rely on him so much to do basically everything. So, like,
Mhm.
he had to put him to bed because I couldn't lean over the crib to put him down. He had to do
Yes,
baths because
yes.
I couldn't crouch down to, like, do the whole bath
Mhm.
over, like, the tub. So there was a
Mm.
moment pre the birth of Sebi where, like, literally I was like, "I can barely even hold you," because Felix would also get
Mhm.
mad because my belly was in the way. So, like, he couldn't, like, latch
Yeah,
onto my hip.
yeah.
He also couldn't quite sit in front very well, and I
In your
remember him
lap,
being, like,
right?
annoyed, and
Yeah.
I was like, "It's temporary," and, like, literally by the time it, like, actually made him mad, Sebastian was here. But
Mhm.
yeah, it takes some getting used to, but it's gradual. It happens,
Mhm.
like, kinda slowly, and, the other thing I didn't realize that I'm sure will happen for you is the little one. Even when I look back at videos, and I didn't notice this before, but when I look back at videos, the little one is just enamored with the big brother.
Mhm.
So, like, you may
Mhm.
feel that, like, "Oh, we need to, like," you know to the oldest children we've experienced from our parents, like, just pour into them. You will be pouring into them, but they also have a distraction in front of them, and it's very exciting and fun and wonderful, and they wanna be more involved with the older sibling than sometimes you.
Mhm. Yeah. That's good to know, and I I'm wondering when did you even start to, like, see that? Like, when did you feel like it was workable, like it was happening?
So I prepared for the worst because I also was very scared, that just
Mhm.
wasn't gonna be able to handle it. So and by handle it, I mean just get through the days. So I set up
Mhm.
for worst case scenario. I was like, "He's never gonna sleep. He's gonna be colic. This is gonna be, like, absolutely insane. Like, I will not be able to handle it." So I set up, like, a weekend support system schedule. I set
Mhm.
up a, like, eh, eh, private nanny, and the other one was at
Mhm.
school all day. Like, I did the whole thing to the max that I could, and honestly, it was the best thing to, like, over prepare for that because then I could have, ease of mind, but 2 months in, I, like, sent that nanny back. I was like, "Actually, we're
Mhm.
doing okay. We're doing okay. Like, we're
Yeah.
getting through way better than I thought," and at this point now, this is silly, like, I need to be I now I'm, like, ready to, like, own this
I
moment
wanna
for
be in the
us.
trench. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
exactly, like, thank you for the support, obviously it was needed, but, like, I over prepared for that moment for
Yeah.
us, like, big time, and I am happy I did. I mean, I'm very happy I
Yeah.
did, and we had because both of our kiddos were so close together and so young too, we had weekend support, and that was critical path, and we probably had weekend support for, like, oh, man. I mean, maybe Sebi was, like, a year and a half before I
Mhm.
felt comfortable
Mhm.
getting rid of them, and that was just,
Yeah.
like, time that
No,
Dimitri and
that
I could step away that wasn't work time, that we could just, like, take a beat, take a breath because you know you all know how intense it is, and you just need that time,
Mhm.
and that was, like
Absolutely.
best case for us.
And I think again, like maybe that time is utilized to again re-root yourself in
Yes,
you
exactly.
outside of like the family structure too.
Exactly.
To do so, yeah, which is awesome. That's really great advice and something I will certainly be considering because, you know, I look at some friends who, live within, spitting distance of their parents or whatever, or their, siblings. And as helpful and as called upon as my family is, like it's not like I can just have a bad day and drop them off somewhere, right? Like I think you kind of have to put in other levers.
Yeah.
You have to put other levers into place in order to like feel like you have more of that balance we were talking about in a day-to-day sense, particularly in those first few months. So that's really great advice. Thank you.
My God, please. Please. And I think
Mhm.
you're right because yes, please come and support as family. We never want that
Mhm.
to be gone, and that's
Yeah,
always
for
valued
sure.
and amazing. But when you are paying somebody and when this
Mhm.
person, their sole responsibility is your child, that can open up a lot of
Yeah.
freedom to like leave or to not set an expectation or to I would like close my bedroom door and be like, you're downstairs, I'm upstairs for the next 4 hours. Like I will sleep, I will
Yep.
shower, I will watch some bad TV, and that's
Yeah.
all I need right now. Or I'll leave the
And like
house.
guilt free.
Guilt free.
And guilt free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Guilt free. You don't have to have a conversation, nothing like that. It's just, it's done. So, yes,
Yeah.
I would, yes, if I were to do it 100%, continue to do that. It's just,
Mhm. And it's funny that you keep calling that over preparedness. Like, I don't know if I subscribe to that. I think that you were just like cognizant of what you needed, cognizant of like who you are and like how you wanted this like this to move going forward, and like you just planned accordingly.
I mean, you're probably right. Yeah, I did. Yes, exactly, Jamie. Thank you. Yes, I did.
Right?
Totally.
Yeah. I don't
Yes.
think you overshot it at all. It sounds like you actually nailed it. And like I might like hit copy paste on that for my own family and this baby that's coming.
Oh man, yeah, it was necessary and it,
Yeah.
and I think about that adjustment time. I mean, it was very I had a it was very hard. We had some friends come over the other day and they were celebrating their 7-year anniversary. And I was like, "Oh my God, what's been the hardest year?" I want to know what's been
Mhm.
like your hardest year of marriage. And they were like, when our kids were 2. They were like, that was like
Yeah.
the toughest time. And
Yeah.
lots of different ingredients go into that. But I was thinking about our experience too, and I was like, I feel that. I feel that when it's, you know, really tough with the kiddos, when you're really
Yeah.
like going through it, like that's the time when you need
Yeah.
that support. That's the time you need to like hone into self-care, even as difficult as it is in all aspects, whether it's like a freaking manicure or if it's like a 4-day silent retreat, whatever you got to do, like get there, that's the time to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's do you think that they were aligned on that hard year? And like are you and Dimitri aligned on what has been kind of the harder
Yeah.
moments?
Yes, our hardest moment would be the moments that we had the most change after we made the biggest change. So the move, 2 babies under 2,
Right. Yeah.
still. Yeah, so the move, 2 babies under 2, and then career changes for both of us. That was the hardest
Mhm.
year.
Yeah. Right. And
And that was for them
well,
too. I mean, for them too. It was like that was the hardest year. We made big changes. We moved. We Our kids were 2. It was like very, very challenging. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I think that's
yeah.
right around
Because
there.
I'm certainly gonna ask Ben here in a bit because I don't know if we would agree currently on
Really?
like the hardest like month right now. Yeah.
Oh, tell
I
me.
don't know.
Okay.
I think Ben enjoyed that first bit of Jacksonhood, of like of newborn,
Yeah.
life in a way that like I couldn't experience because of just like where it was physically, mentally, and processing. Um And so, like, he might actually I think he might actually say, like, when he went back to work or, like, when he maybe something else, like, I think he we might not be aligned on the hardest time, but again, we only know up to 14 months. So, like, I don't wanna say that, like, that harder, like, time, that alignment with respect to, like, what we believe is the hardest time isn't, like, forthcoming. But yeah, I think you sometimes forget that, like, they have your partner has such a different perspective on this whole scenario than, like, you do, um, and might see things just in a totally different light.
Oh, how has that been for you guys?
See, like, well, we've been together for a long time. We've been together, over 10 years now. And so
That's
I
so
think
crazy.
that yeah, I think that we're just like naturally like each other's like family, like, and we have been even before we got married, right? And
Right.
so
Yeah.
like you lean on them as if you are family because you are, right? And but it is different. Like I remember seeing like clip, I think it was Michelle Obama, where she's like, it's cute like, before you have kids, right? Like you go do your thing, I go do my thing, like we come back together. It's all like, adorable, cute, like we're celebrating one another, and then like all of a sudden you have like this insane responsibility, right? Like this that like, you know, really tethers you to each other's schedules, to each other's time, to each other's emotions. And but we are at a stage now where like we are obsessed, like both of us are obsessed with Jackson, like we like we we went out last night, like which is really fun for like a Wednesday, right? We went out last night and we didn't get to like hang out with him after daycare, and both of us are like damn, like we both
Yeah.
didn't get to like we just wanna, like, see him and hang out with him and see what he's doing and, like, watch him eat. Like, just, like, watch him. Like, like, it's so creepy. Like, I just wanna, like, watch you do your thing and experience new fun things.
Oh my God,
And
he's
I think
so cute.
that has, like, leveled up our relationship in a way that, like, we have this, like, joint passion. Like, it's, like, joint
Love
experiences,
it.
joint passions, joint obsession that, like, we might not have, like, honestly, like, had before, right? Like, we have very different hobbies and very different careers, and, like, honestly, closest thing we probably got to that was our dog Sunny, who we were, like, and are still equally obsessed with, like,
Yeah.
to the same degree. But, yeah, it's a whole new level of, togetherness is, like, being together with Jackson.
It's
Yeah.
so nuts because you I think what has been a beautiful and sometimes very frustrating, and I would maybe layer in the word painful sometimes, because
Mhm.
you yourself are going through changes and then your partner is also going through changes, and
Mhm.
it's hard to watch them sometimes. And then at the end of the
Mhm.
day, you're like trauma bonded forever. 'Cause you're like, "Okay, we've done this
Sure.
insane thing." And,
Yeah.
like, oftentimes, like, when we talk now, we're not even talking about the kids, we're talking about each other. I'm like, "Wow, you really handled that one situation like a total pro." Or
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we shouldn't handle that like that anymore." So, it's so
Yeah, that's right. Can approach that differently
Mhm,
next
mhm.
time, right?
Like,
Yeah,
1,000,000%. So, it is a yeah, I do think it's a beautiful deepening of a partnership for sure.
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I also think, like, I like we just said, like, a lot of times we're talking just about, like, ourselves and, like, how, like, we are in those environments versus, like, how Jackson is and Jackson's reacting because, like, we are also new here to, like, parenthood and, like like, it's like, so I remember in, like, the first couple of months of Jackson's life, like, I caught myself, like, apologizing to Ben for, like, things, I don't know what about, like, if something went poorly with Jackson or, whatever it was, and, like, we really had to, like, stop that. We had to really put an end to that because it's, like, it's okay to be a novice. Like, it's okay to, like, not know something or to, like, make yeah, a wrong move or to misstep, right? And I think, like, I'm still working on, like, approaching him and like, how I respond when he approaches me, with those type of moments throughout the day, right? And then when to present those, right? And when to like not be so like hyper intense about like talking about Jackson and like what he's doing and like how he's progressing and what we've done and he is certainly like the sun we revolve around, right? But like there's also like again other facets of us
Yeah.
as a couple, as individuals that like that we're still navigating.
Yeah. I am by no means an expert, but I think it's like it's such a strange balancing act, and I think when people tell us all the time, and I'm sure you've heard this too, is like everything's a season. That's like exactly how
Mhm.
it feels. It's just like right now our season is like trying to like make a family of 4 work, or like right now
Mhm.
it's our season to, you know, branch off and like rediscover ourselves. Like there's so many different
Mhm.
facets of like how we are doing this like whole parenting freaking role, which is absolutely insanity.
Yeah, and like sometimes you have to go through that. You have to like change your mindset, change your season,
Yeah.
right? Like within the week. Like you do
Yes,
your like
100%.
yeah, you're like right this second, like I'm in a different mindset. Like I will come back to like where we are in a bit. Like we need to take a quick little like break and think about the next step and how we like navigate. It's it's a lot. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to be thoughtful about throughout the day. And like, not that I'm ever like watching my words, with anybody, right? Truly, but like I do want to be like cognizant of how I approach people, approach situations, approach Jackson,
Yep,
approach Ben,
yep,
like approach our family. Because I do think mom really like sets the tone a lot of the time. Like and I remember Ben saying that like if Jackson was having a good day, I was having a good day in those like newborn trenches, right?
no,
And
I
like
know.
if and then if I was having a good day, like he was having a good day, and like our family was having a good day, right? So like
Right.
that was like really hard to swallow, right? That like your tenor, your approach, your positivity, your negativity impacts everyone around you, but especially when you're like a smaller family unit, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah, and that's hard to like realize that like your actions, your emotions like have the reaction that like reverberates throughout the household.
I know. I know. It's a
Yeah.
lot of weight to bear too, and
Mhm.
it's a good reminder, and one that really took me a time to get through, is that
Mhm.
one day doesn't define you, you know?
Totally.
It doesn't. One really horrid, awful, not perfect moment
Mhm.
also
Yeah.
doesn't define you, and that's
Yeah.
for us type A, it's real tough. It's a real hard lesson to
Yeah.
learn.
Type A doesn't hit the reset. Type A
No.
doesn't hit the reset. Type A likes to dissect what
Oh,
happened, to like
totally.
do a likes to do a post-mortem, like, reading on it, like, it's
It's
calendar, there's an agenda, like, we are in it. Like
God, we may torture ourselves about it. We may need to
oh my gosh.
reflect on it.
Yeah,
Yes. Mhm. Yeah, there's a lot of
yeah,
that.
but a lot of times I think about my mom because she is the queen of the reset button, like, she can, like, reset a conversation, reset an emotion, reset a day, like approach things like an hour to hour, like with a different outlook. And I am so envious and try to like bring that into my life now. And I'm like cognizant of that. But like I didn't realize growing up as a kid how much like she had to do that. Like with 4 kids, hell, like you know what I mean? Like
Right.
like you were doing mini resets like all day between all four of us, right?
Right.
And trying to just have the good day, like net have like a good day overall. And it's definitely a skill that it's not innate to me. It's something I need to learn and continue to learn.
I mean, yes, I think it's all learning. The other thing, my like current lesson that I am like learning, and it's very hard, and maybe this will land or not land, but
Mhm.
this is going to sound really crazy, but kids cry.
Bring it on.
Kids cry.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that that's the
Yeah.
reality, okay? So this is so crazy, but, like, again, crazy mom stuff is it's just, like, kids cry and scream and they have temper tantrums. It doesn't mean
Mhm.
you are a bad parent. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. It doesn't mean it doesn't have to mean anything. It can just mean
Mhm.
that they cry, and then we move through it and move on. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. But, like, literally, that is, like, what I am holding on to right now because I cannot be racing around trying to settle toddlers that don't even know what a feeling
Mhm.
is down.
Mhm.
It just
Right.
it's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
No one does it, and the fact that I have been, like, stuck in this path of, like, "Oh my god, but he's he's going to bed upset," or, like, "He's waking up screaming," like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it is
Yeah.
okay. That's what they do.
Right. It
They do.
it is not a reflection of you.
Right.
You are yeah. And I think I have that, like, jump in, kind of like, let me save the day, like, let me fix it,
Right. Of
like
course.
fix it mentality.
Yeah.
And I that's landing completely. Mine's not necessarily about like the crying, mine's like the frustration. Like when like Jackson like can't get over something or like can't figure out a toy
Yes.
or like just
Yes.
like pausing and letting him like be frustrated for a second so that he learns, right? Like that's like the whole goal is that they like learn about their emotions. They learn to like figure something out. They learn that it's okay to be frustrated, to like, and I think that I am currently that's like my current state right now is to not like jump in and like show him how it's done or like jump in and solve whatever's happening for him immediately.
It's so true.
Um that's hard. Again, I'm a fixer. Like,
Yeah.
my job is literally like my actual job is like fixing things, like getting things done, like completing the task, helping someone get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. And like to like allow your child the space to like learn and grow and be frustrated. And like, oh man, oof, that one. And to hear them be frustrated too, because I mean, as you know, we're like the pointing and grunting phase of like communication, right? Like he just like points and like makes a noise and is like not thrilled. And you can tell if it's a good noise or a bad noise. Like that's about it. Um, but like to hear those noises and know that he's like, experiencing something. And I think maybe that's it. Like you just have to let them experience, right? Without interference.
It is so hard, man.
Mhm.
It is
Yikes.
so hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, Jamie.
But also good for them.
I know, exactly. We have to give them that point, and, they've said a million times, like, they, as in the expert in the world, but
You're right.
I know, but I do feel that there is some, um, benefit internally, I feel, especially
Yeah.
when I look at my kiddos and potentially when I look at boys that, like,
Mm,
you do need to be you do need to work through whatever feelings you have, and then as you are done, then we'll go back and we'll talk about, yes, you're allowed to have those feelings. You may not be able to hit or bite your brother, but you can still be mad. And, like, what does that, like, look like? And so the idea
yeah.
of making these, like, feelings okay, but the action's not is also a freaking mental gymnastic game that we are playing every
For
day
us
as a
and for them.
parent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
wild,
They're
man.
figuring it out too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Marvel's
Jamie,
still me.
you are gonna have 2 boys. How are you feeling about being a boy mom?
Yeah. So I feel great about it first off. Like
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Like I think it fits. Again, I visualized it. I can visualize it. It makes sense. I see it.
Mhm.
Um I will say I told you this, my pregnancy has been totally different than my first pregnancy, which meant I was like convincing myself that it was a girl. Absolutely convinced. Um and I'll Ben might not like that I tell the story, but like we got like the paperwork that tells you what the sex is, and we open it up, and Ben goes immediately, "It's a girl," and I go, "Oh my god, that's crazy! Like I knew it, like I nailed it." And I go, "Where do you see that?" And he goes, "At the top," and I go, "Oh honey, that's my information." Like the F is like female for me, like that's like
It's the mom.
my like
Yeah. Oh, no.
And so you scroll down and you see like consistent with male or whatever the terminology is they
Yeah.
use. And so funny enough, I think that whiplash is like what got me the most. Like when like he literally like told the girl and then like totally had to like reset expectations within that like minute time frame where we actually figured out what we were having. But no, very excited about it. My family is three girls, one brother, one boy. So I think the concept is weird to me to have like a male like dominated family unit. And that's gonna be a little uncharted again for from like my own perspective as having like two sisters. But no, really excited about it. My brother, funny enough, he was the only boy in our family. He was like, the 90s were for the girls.
Really.
2020s are for the boys. Like 2020s are for the boys. Like it's just we're making a turn. Like there's some like statistical universe magic going on in order to like even out. Only I guess a little bit here. And I swear to God, I was like, Ben, you're doing some voodoo to like get your golf team together. Like you're like literally like trying to like get this all together. But no, I'm really excited. I'm really happy about it. I will say though that like I have a lot of friends who have girls and the nature versus nurture thing, like I do believe that there are some things that like boys are innately like drawn to, excited by that like sometimes like my friends who have girls, like they're just not. Like, man, like
No.
my
Yeah,
kid
it's so true.
Jackson loves a ball. That kid loves a
I
ball.
know.
Like give
I was
like
surprised by that
and
too.
it's just
I know.
it really surprised me,
Same. Same.
to see that, to see him, like, in a playroom full of, like, all different types of toys, to see him, like, just naturally gravitate towards a truck. Like, it's really interesting to see, like, again, the nature versus nurture stuff, because, again, I think my expectations with respect to, like, a child were, like, let them be them, like, whatever they wanna play with, whoever they wanna be, whoever they wanna, um again, yeah, whoever they want to be. I but there's something to it, which is interesting. So I am wondering if like this will be the same or if I'll see something totally different this time around. Um,
So exciting.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
I too was surprised by that, and I felt the same way. I was like, "Oh, well, of course we'll have dolls around, we'll have whatever around." And
which we
like,
do. Yeah.
yeah, and Felix was like obsessed with cars. And I was like, "We have like 2 wooden baby cars," was all we had
Right.
for the longest time.
Yeah.
And the fact that he kept going, one at school to the cars where there was different toys, and then at home
Yeah.
being obsessed with these 2 cars, I'm like, "This is so crazy."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
He's
putting this on
crazy.
him. Dimitri's not putting this on, no one's putting this on this kid. Like, he is just like
Mm-mm. No,
going for it. Yeah, it's
he's
so
like afraid
nuts.
me and like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Like, for Halloween, we
know.
were literally dressing him up as a ball because, like, he loves ball like, he loves to play with a ball so much. He's literally going as Halloween, like, as a basketball. Like, he is the ball. Like, he like that because I, like,
Obsessed.
could not think of anything he loves more, right? Like, that's just, like,
Yeah.
the era we're in. Like, again, he's 14 months, we're probably gonna get to, like, the next door neighbor and then come back, but, like, that's about it. But, we're really excited about it.
Oh my god, you guys. It's okay. Gee, we talked about so many things.
This was quite a ride, my friend.
I know, thank you. I love it. It's beautiful. Is there
Yeah.
anything that we didn't hone in on that you're like, "Ooh, I'd love to like just chat a little bit more about that," or no?
No, and honestly, like, I wanna just call you later and, like, talk through your 2 under
Yes.
2 experience because I think you probably got some, like,
Yes.
very good nuggets here that, like, will certainly be, like, helpful and help, like, ground me in, like, those moments too. And so if there's anything from you that comes, like, top of mind, like, all ears right this second, but otherwise we'll have to just do our own little cute chat-ski.
Oh my god. Okay, yes, can we please? Because I was trying to do the math when we freaked out finding out that you guys were pregnant
I
again.
know, right, yes.
Which I'm telling you, I, like, got your email and I've, like, read it 3 times. I screamed to myself. Then we're in, like, opposite sides of the house. I ran screaming Dimitri's name all the way in the
Yeah.
hallway, down the stairs, like, all the way around, and I was like, "Why didn't you tell me? I just found out from Jamie." And he's like, I just found out. He's like, literally, Ben just
That's
texted me.
so funny because before I wrote you, I like messaged Ben and I was
Right,
like,
of
"Does
course.
Dimitri know?"
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah." And he probably like shot off a text just then,
Probably.
like that
Probably.
moment. He's like,
Probably.
"Oh yeah, check. He knows. Like he's aware."
I'm just like, why am I not like Dimitri should be screaming his head off, running up to me and telling
Oh
me
my
this
god.
news. I was like,
Well,
I'm
I think
freaking
it's
out.
supposed to. I think I told you like I was pregnant in Chicago.
I
Didn't know
know.
yet.
Ugh, I love it. I love it so,
I was pregnant in our cute
so
little trip to
bad.
Chicago where we had sushi and bevies. Like literally, like just went for it, didn't we? Yikes.
You know what?
Like
You
literally, I
didn't
think I
know.
came home that week. I think I came home that week and was like, maybe I should take pregnancy test."
I am so obsessed. This
It's
baby is
so
gonna be
funny.
charmed because we were all there, like, right in the
Yeah.
beginning, giving him all of the
No,
good vibes.
totally.
Before you leave, though, I have a few quick questions. You don't have to elaborate too much, but I
Sure.
do wanna ask you, if you could sum up parenting in one word, what would it be?
Jesus.
I know.
Oh. You know what? I just can't. Like, I just can't deliver for you here because, like, my initial reaction was to say just, like, special, right? Like,
Oh, yeah,
like, because, like, special doesn't necessarily mean, like, a good special, right? Like, it just means, like, it's, like,
totally.
a special, unique experience, like, throughout the entire thing, but sometimes it is super, like, special and, like sparks and fun and whatever special like could potentially mean. I think like again like the theme of this conversation has been a lot of like about unpredictability and like maybe special is my word, but there's too many to describe because like each stage even so far
Oh
has
my
just been
gosh, I know.
different, and I almost like attribute different words in every single stage. So um what a lawyerly answer, but I'm gonna say it depends, right? Like it depends on from what point of view I'm coming from or like making that decision from.
I love it. Let's leave it at that. It's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
And
Thank
then,
you.
where in your world right now do you feel like you're crushing it?
I think honestly like I think I'm crushing it in terms of like when we're playing with Jackson. Like
Oh,
I am making such a conscious effort to like be off my phone, like engage with whatever toy he's engaging with, like see him and like kind of like absorb and like soak in those moments. Um I think I'm crushing. I think I'm really crushing it there. Like I'm really like putting a lot of effort into those moments with him.
my God, so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's everything,
Thanks.
babe. That is everything.
I love chatting with you and like what a cathartic like experience
I'm
just now.
telling
Like,
you. I
man,
hope so.
I will well, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this and part of your journey on this podcast. And I'm so proud of you and what you're sharing with the world and with the community and like the mother you've become and like truly
Thanks,
just
girl.
honestly trying to like copy paste, emulate what you're doing. Because you, I feel like are a gold standard for me.
Oh my God, babe. Well, yeah. And just again, congratulations, you guys. This is going to be so
Yeah.
exciting. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you very much. Can't wait.
Thanks for listening to It's a Circus. If today's episode made you feel a little less alone, share it with a friend who might need it too. We are building something amazing at the Turner Brothers Circus, an entire space designed for parents to find connection, laughter, and support. I'd love for you to be a part of it. Remember, you're doing better than you think. Stay grounded, stay real, and embrace that beautiful mess. And as always, the show must go on. Until next time.